Tio. I work at Urban Cuts Barber Lounge, and I'm performing a bald fade with a 1.5 on top. These are the tools I'm going to be using. Wall Senior with a regular blade. And this Master with a regular blade. And this T-outliner with a ProMate blade. And Wall Seniors with surgical blade. And of course, Oster Model 10 because it cuts any types of hair. First, we're using the Wall Senior with a surgical blade. We're gonna hit it right here, the first step, right here. Don't go any higher than that in the temple. Make sure you get every hair in the bottom. Next step is we're using the Wall Senior with a surgical blade open. You go about 1/4 inch of where you just made your guideline. Make sure your line is straight. For the next step, we're using Andis T-liners with a ProMate blade. Now we're gonna hit it under that line to take it off. About 1/4 of an inch of where the line was, you see? Just take that out. Now we're about to use the 5-star walls again to take out the first line from bald to the first layer of hair. Using this tip, not the second, but just this one right here, the first one. You just flick it in and make sure you don't go in. So to make another line, just flick it. Just like that. Flick it right under. Make sure you pull the ears down so you don't cut them. Now we're gonna use the Wall Seniors with a surgical blade with the lever from going down and up 1/4 inch. You see it? You take that line off from the 5-star to blend it right in. From the first layer of hair to bald, to get that illusion, to get that smooth feeling, that soft blend. And then if you still see the line right here, you go back to 0 and then make sure you don't go in, you flick it. You flick it. You see it? You flick. Now I'm just flicking it and I'm not in the skin, I'm on the skin. Just take that line out to make it soft. You see it there? Now it's blending. There's no lines. See, I'm just on the skin. I'm not in the skin, I'm just on the skin. Now we're about to use the masters and this masters on the second notch. Just you lay it right on the line. Just flick it just a little bit, because you don't want to go too high, because if you go too high, then your fade will be a high fade and you're gonna look like you're in the army. Just continue that precision line. Make sure you brush after you cut too, because if you don't, then you're gonna leave a lot of hair in there and your blends are not gonna look right. Now from the second notch, you go to the first one to knock out the line under that. From a 1, you go to 3 in the middle. Third notch, same thing. You take it up just a hair up, 1 hair up, probably like not even 1/4 of an inch, less than 1/4 of an inch. You hear it crunching, that means it's cutting. You're just blending up. From the third notch, you go to second to clean up on whatever that's on the bottom that's left. Sometimes there's gonna be hair on there, sometimes there's not. But it's good to make sure that we get it. Just right under. You're not going on top, but just right under that. Under this line right here. Under that. From the third notch, you go all the way open. You take it the same thing, a hair up. You don't take it any higher. The same thing, just like a hair. Probably like 1/4 of an inch. You go up with it. Masters all the way open, it's like 1 regular, like size 1 regular, but a short one. Then from all the way open, go back to middle to take out the line under that. Use the wall seniors with just a regular blade with a size 1 guard. Size 1 guard. Go the same thing. Up into just a hair. We're gonna open this guard later on, but right now you're gonna do this. Just knock the top hair out. Now we're gonna use the masters all the way open and clean up under the 1. Remember I said all the way open is a short 1. It blends it right in. Now we're gonna go all the way open with the one. Same thing. You don't go in though, because if you go in, then the fade's gonna be in. So what you do is you just lay the clipper on there and just let it glide. The clipper will do its work. You don't gotta dig in. You can't, like, you don't have to do anything. Just keep on cutting and cutting and cutting. Now we're gonna go close, but yet a tilt down like a quarter. Let me do that again. From open, you go up, you go down a little bit, just a tiny bit, to get rid of this line right here. Sometimes, if it doesn't get the hair, you go all the way close. Okay, now we're going to use the Oster's Model 10s with a 1.5 guard. After using the Osters, you go back to your senior wall with the one all the way open, just to get every little bit of weight line off the hair, and it's gonna look like it's airbrushed. I'm not in the skin, I'm on the skin, I'm not digging in. I'm just on the head, I'm letting the clippers work. Now we're gonna use the Andis T-liner with a ProMate blade to line him up. First, you go in the middle, in the center of his head. Make sure it's straight. So the sides will be even. Now from the center, you go to the side and make sure you go in, but not too hard. You go like this, tuck it down, but not too hard though. And make sure you keep a straight line, make sure it doesn't curve whatsoever. After lining up the front in the middle, we're gonna do the sides of his head right here. And make sure when you hit the corners, on the edge, you go a little bit more in, like this. Now we gotta do the side by lining it up. Slide it, tuck, slide, tuck, slide, tuck. Slide, tuck, slide, tuck, slide, tuck. Then after that, you fix the corner. Making sure it's straight. You get under the hair right here, make sure all the hair is gonna get it.